Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're on this Monday morning. We got a great show lined up, and we are drawing for the Fishing with Coach trip on the Seminole Wind. So it's a big day today. So stay tuned. We'll get our drawing pretty soon. But let's get our weather first, brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. Looking at high today of 83 and low only of 74. So we'll have a lot of variance in there. And we're looking at some some scatter. We got some more unsettled weather coming in this week, so off and on, I'll be keeping your eyes to the skies and make sure you don't get out there and get stranded in some bad weather. Water temperature is still at 83 degrees, and we're looking at on Monday, we'll do our Monday moon forecast, and we just had that big full moon last week, and we're in a waning stage, and we're going to have the new moon on June the 23rd. So that's going to be, really some dark nights coming up, and floundering is going to be kicking off pretty soon, pretty steady and pretty successful. I can guarantee you that on these cool nights and also on the dark nights. Looking at the tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. We're looking at today, the June the 12th, good strong tides all week long. We're looking at a high tide at 10:35 and a low tide at 9:56. Let's go and do our fish and game forecast today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. It's 2:53 a.m. to 4:53, and this afternoon 3:17 to 5:17. And our moon phase today brought to us by Sand Hill Seafood. All right, let's take our break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I got some pictures to get started with this week and also a couple of announcements. So let's go and get this segment done, and we'll be drawing real soon for the big winner. I know y'all are excited. I wish all of y'all could win. Well, you're a winner just watching the show. Okay, let's look at this first picture right here. Check this out. If you remember Friday's fishing report, one of the things I talked about were the drum all around the bridges. This is the Lynn Haven Bridge. This is Ethan Tharp. He's a student at Mosley. He's in the Panama City fishing. It was 27 inches, and you can see now that fish is really good. That fish is great to take a picture of, and that's about all you're going to be able to do with that fish, because you don't want to eat them, and you really don't want to just lay them out there. So just take a picture and throw them back and catch them again next week. All right, that's what I was talking about though. If you're watching Friday fishing report, let's talk quickly about scallops. It's going to be opening up here in Greene, Gulf County, July the 25th. Now that's only 6 weeks away, so it's not that far away. But if you do want to go in that blue area, you can go right there around Carabel. There's several good places there to go scalloping. So that will open up on June the 16th, a month earlier. Okay, so that's actually this coming Friday. Scallop season will be opening up there, and also. Scallop seminar will be this coming Thursday at the Steinhatchee Community Center. That's a little drive from here, but they do have a scallop seminar. But listen, you can watch it live streaming on Facebook, okay, on the University of Florida Nature Coast. Anyway, check it out. If you want to watch it, they're going to have a presentation on the scallop and all. That's interesting. If it's closer, it'll be very good to go to. It's a little fuzzy because I took this picture from a movie picture. When I saw scallops, I thought about that's a 5-gallon bucket full, and if you don't recognize it, those are sand fleas. And let me talk about that real quick. I flashed back when I saw that 5-gallon full of sand fleas. This was just up one night last week. A guy caught them, and I think he must have sold them. But anyway, this is how we used to do scallops. We used to get them by the 5-gallon bucketfuls because there are so many out there, and only a handful of us out there scalloping. Well, times changed, and you can't do that now. And it's the same thing. And what would happen if we'd kept on going, and we would have just got all the scallops. But some of us started stopping in the early 90s and late 80s and all. We started realizing there are not many out here, more people coming, and people were putting on masks and snorkel, and old timers just would walk around and feel them with their feet and reach down and pick them up. Old timers wouldn't put on a mask and snorkel, but that became a phenomenon back in the late 80s and early 90s, mid 80s really, when people going out and sort of crowd just started going up like that, and it's way up here now. So that's why we have limit on scallops. Same way with these sand fleas, if you start, we start getting them by the bucketfuls and selling them by the bucketfuls and using them, freezing them by the bucketfuls, there don't be any more of those left either. So just be aware of that. We can't get things by the bucketfuls anymore. I know we want to, but that's right now, this day and time, that's just sort of being greedy. I mean, I could not imagine going out and getting everybody. We would easily get anywhere from 6 to 8 5-gallon bucketfuls on 1 or 2 boats. There'd be a group of us, but we wouldn't come back to camp if we didn't have 6 or 7 bucketfuls easily. And you just can't do that anymore because there are more people, a lot more people doing it now, and not many scholars. So be aware of that. The same way on sand fleas. And these were taken at night, one night last week, and they were wiggling around live. Okay, Carson Pope, one of my former students, telling his buddies, only 4 months till bow season. Now, keep that in mind. You need to start practicing, and it's a great backyard activity. Just set it up and just shoot. This is a lot of fun for all ages, and this time of the year, late in the afternoon or early in the morning, excellent time to go shoot your bow. Okay, this announcement right here: the first annual community catfish tournament over in Bristol. It's going to be Friday, June the 23rd, and Saturday, June the 24th, in honor of Noah. I mentioned this last week. That's a little 3-year-old boy that lost his life, and they're going to have a tournament in his honor, and it's going to be at the Bristol Landing right here. And registration that on a Friday, and it's going to be a flathead catfish tournament, $50 for adults, $20 for kids, and they're going to split the pot. 50% goes to the interest and 50% goes to the family funds and flathead catfish, and a lot of door prizes and cash prizes awarded. I'm going to try to get up there. We have a family reunion that day, but I'm going to run by there and take some door prizes that Saturday morning. I'm going to have some caps and shirts and all kinds of stuff like that. So y'all try to participate in that. It's a good cause. All right. And also, let me mention this real quick. Listen and silent are spelled with the same letters. Think about that. I didn't realize that, but think about it. Now, this is what's going on with a lot of our fish, okay? You see the bladder coming out? This is called barotrauma, B-A-R-O, okay? It happens on grouper, it happens on snapper. When they're really down deep, and when they come up, the pressure, they just expand, and this is what happens. And you'll see it on the video next week, on the trip we had on Seminole Wind. You'll see a lot of this happening on the fish we're bringing up. But now they're working on, the FWC is having, go on their website, but they're doing a study. If you want to participate in this, they're trying different. One time they had us poking them and just deflated them. Then they found out bacteria got in those and the fish died anyway. So they're trying all kind of ways to stop that trauma, because we do release a lot of those fish, because what happens, you're grouper fishing or you snapper fishing, you catch grouper, and you already have your limit on snapper, and then you keep catching snapper. And so you want to go ahead and try to let those snapper live. So and one of the best ways is to bring them up really slow, but you don't know what you have on the other end, and your goal is just to put it in the boat. So anyway, FWC you can be a citizen scientist, and they're doing some studies and all. If you're willing to help out and try some of the different gadgets and different ways they're trying to put in to alleviate this problem, then go online and sign up with that. It'll be interesting. I may check it out and talk to some of the captains anyway. It's a barotrauma tool study. Okay, so anyway, that's the pictures we have in. We're going to take our break and we'll come right back. We have Tom right here in the studios getting ready to do our drawing. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, folks, and welcome to Tom Martin. Good morning.
Morning, Winston.
All right, Tom is the one that put this fishing with Coach trip together, and Tom, we're glad to have you on.
Thank you, sir.
And we appreciate you doing this for our viewers. So we are, I know you love fishing too.
Yes, sir.
And over the years, Tom and I talk about fishing a lot. And this past week, before we both went on trip, I went on Seminole Wind. That video will be coming up in a couple of days. And you went out on Captain Bobo.
Yes, sir. You were there that Friday morning and filmed Bobo getting his awards.
Yeah, that was special. And I appreciate you taking the initiative to do that and get that plaque together. I think that meant a lot to Bobo.
He's a Bay County relic.
So you and I, we were fishing the same weekend. Last weekend we were fishing on opening weekend, and you had this is two classic ways of fishing the Florida Panhandle. I went out on a charter boat, and you with 10 of us, and you went on a head boat, the Florida Queen, about 35
about 35 people. Yes,
35 people, and y'all had a 2-day overnight trip.
2-day overnight trip.
Well, we're going to talk about. I want to talk about the trip in a second, but I got our last entrance. It was on a postcard. I just love this. Okay, and I'm going to read this to you. Coach, please put Robert Campbell in your drawing for fishing with Coach. Thanks. And this is from Robert Campbell. And on the bottom corner down here, he put June the 5th. We've been married 52 years. So congratulations on your marriage and good luck. You can see right here. I'm going to interview.
That's the last entry.
That's the last entrance, and we've had a lot of entrants in here, and fascinating. Everybody wants to go fishing, and we understand that, don't we?
Yes, sir.
I'm looking forward to it. So, and thank you for the nice postcards. Very good. Now, getting back to your 2-day trip, we all left at about what 5:30.
We left 5 o'clock Friday morning
5 o'clock.
and came back about 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon.
Okay, and y'all you know how far out y'all went?
Well, coming back in, he said we had 35 miles to go, so
Okay.
we were way down to the east.
Yeah. And so what are some of the fish y'all caught?
A lot of real big beeliners, like Bobo calls them, ocean liners, and quite a few snapper, and there was about 10 grouper, both red and black. Not very many of the white snapper.
Okay.
A couple small dolphin, and lots of flippers.
How long would y'all normally stay in a spot?
I'd say the average was about 20 minutes.
Okay. This was fascinating for you folks that don't get out doing this much is how long you stay in a spot. Sometimes on Billy's boat, we'll stay there 5 minutes and sometimes 20 to 25. It's just a lot of variables.
Well, he looks in the scope and he can see how the fish are down there. And if they're not really hitting, he'll move to another spot. But it's a great way for people to go fishing that don't have a boat. I mean, you can go down there and pay for a 12-hour trip, and they got the best hamburgers in town.
That was my next question. Did you get a hamburger?
Oh, I had a couple hamburgers.
I can't go on that trip without getting a hamburger. They just taste special out there. They really do, honestly. Now, y'all caught most of the fish. What time y'all start fishing? After lunch or around noon?
We left here at 5 o'clock, and we started fishing about 9:30.
9:30, and then to me on that trip, and I'm gonna try to go on again pretty soon. That trip, I love fishing late in the afternoon when that sun's setting, and then when it gets dark, it's really. Are we all doing a lot of that?
Yep, and then you can sit there and smell the pork chops cooking in the galley.
That's for supper.
Yes.
Okay, and we always have on which side of the boat and the bow and the stern and all that. Where were you this time?
I was on number 7, which is the starboard side, up by the bow of the boat.
The starboard side. You like fishing up by the bow, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I always fish on number 6 or 7. It's just
and the seas were ideal.
very nice. It was calm. We had a little bit of rain leaving, but the rest of the time it was real nice. See a lot of smaller boats in that area too.
Were they really?
Yes.
I was surprised at so many boats we saw on that Saturday. They were all over the place, but the weather was so nice. What about when you went out to the? When y'all anchored up for the night about what time?
6:30.
6:30.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all were anchored for the night.
Anchored for the second night, and then a lot of us fished till 12, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
They hooked a big bull shark that had to be at least 8 foot long.
Ooh.
Took some lines out alongside the boat. Didn't catch many black snapper, which we usually catch at night.
Yeah.
There wasn't many black snapper caught, but just lots of the big beeliners. They're everywhere.
Those beeliners taste good.
Yep.
How deep a water are you all in for the most part?
About 150 feet, I think.
Okay. Have many electric reels on board?
I've seen 1 or 2 people with electric reels.
Yeah. I know when I was out there filming, I did see a battery over there, and I know somebody was getting ready and all.
Only way to go, I think.
I hate to use it. That spoils you when you get those things.
Well, I don't know. At the end of 2 days, I guess it's nice to be spoiled.
Did you get sleep in it? What time?
Yes, I got sleep more on this trip than usually I do. We had so many fish in the box, we really couldn't catch a whole bunch at night. We couldn't catch a bunch of kings, so we didn't have room for them. The beeliners that was so big, and the snapper,
So y'all didn't catch a bunch of kings? Y'all didn't catch many kings?
We hooked a few and let them go.
Yeah.
They're at nighttime when you're over there in the lights, it brings them in, and there's always so many kings in the water.
Mm-hmm.
It was surprising. We saw some squid swimming by too.
Yeah.
Schools of squid, and the deckhand had a net, and every time he tried to throw it, they'd move.
Well, and the main bait that y'all use, that most of the people use are what? Squid and cut
The
cigar?
boat furnishes a squid, but mostly everybody brought cigar minnows with them. And some people had live bait. You know, catch the smaller beeliners, use them for live bait or something.
Okay, so that was a fun trip, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, what we're going to do, we're going to get ready to do our draw. We're going to talk about this when we get back. We're going to take our final break and come back and get our drawing for Fishing with the Coach. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Glad you're here. We're getting ready for this drawing, and then let's go over all the things that we're giving away to this lucky winner. Tell us about this.
It's I'd say it's equivalent to a Penn 6-aught. It's Bass Pros. It's a very, very good, well-constructed reel and rod. And then we're doing I want to thank Gandy's. They're providing whoever wins it with free fish cleaning for the what they catch on that day. And then Brad at Sunjammers, he put in a $25 gift certificate, and thank them for having a place for the drawing. And then Rick over at Howell's, they put a $25 gift certificate in, so that goes to the lucky winner.
All that, and then the trip itself.
Yes, sir.
And now you said, do we all the spots filled up? Is we have
I might have two. If
okay.
they can call me, I should have 2 spots. And
Okay, well, okay, number 785-0097, 785-0097. Everybody got that? 785-0097. Call me if you lose it or something. And we got 1 or 2 spots left.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I've got one guy that already wants to fill it, so we've probably just got 1 spot left.
Okay.
All right, now, speaking of presents, I want to real quick now before, I need to do it today because it's going to be here before we know it. Father's Day presents. We're talking about all this, these great gifts and all. I started thinking last night, I hadn't gone over anything for Father's Day, and really, you know, June is Father's month. It's a whole month, okay? So here's the top 10. I even asked Gail what her input was, and she just looks at me because she knows all the things I want. Okay, number 1, rod and reel. That's always a nice present.
And a fishing trip with Coach.
Yeah, a fishing trip with Coach. That's right. 2, a tackle box is a great idea. Number 3, a state park pass. You know, we had state park folks on last week. A yearly season pass to the state park. That's something that's something that's really nice. A state park pass. Binoculars. We overlook binoculars. Number 4. Binoculars, and they're made so much. I mean, they were always good, but they're strong now. I mean, it'll really bring them up to you. And they're really in a tree stand. You just can't. You know, I know you got scopes and all, but binoculars are better to me. A game camera. I know it's not hunting season and all, but a game camera is always a great idea for an outdoorsman. Number 6, we're talking about just a whole package of fishing plugs. Remember last week I brought my plugs on. Those 10 plugs were $99.60. So I don't know how much you want to spend on your husband or dad for Father's Day, but that you can just pick out some plugs or gold spoons. And when everything's said and done, catching redfish, there's more redfish caught on a gold spoon than anything there is. But so last week I was just talking about plugs, but I do have my share of gold and bronze spoons. And number 7, an inshore trip with a fishing guide, and we have some good guides, good local guides right here, East Bay, West Bay, and get them a certificate of that, or fishing with Bobo.
Yep.
That's always a good trip. That's a head boat, and it's a safe boat. It's a big boat. It's just a lot of fun too. And you're always gonna catch a lot of fish. And you can't go wrong. Number 8, gift certificates. Guys don't mind gift certificates.
Nope, they come in handy.
But we don't buy. Ladies just don't like it. I learned that a long time ago. Ladies just don't really cherish these gift certificates. You got to buy them something personal, but guys don't mind gift certificates.
Ladies like to shop.
Number 9. I don't know how much you want to spend, but this is always a good idea. Tractor. Jeff, tractor is a good idea. All the guys agree a tractor is a good idea. And number 10, of course, and last but certainly not least, a copy of Full Boxer. You said the guys on the boat, you had your book down there.
They were reading that the whole time.
And that's the thing about it. People pick it up and they haven't seen it before, and it's just fascinating to them.
They said Bobo's in there.
Hey, Bobo is in there. Yeah. All right. Well, we're about ready to do our drawing. I'm going to take the lid off, and we've had a lot of people enter, and I'm going to stir it up. And I want to thank you personally for taking the initiative not only put this fishing trip together, but going around and talking to people and all, and as a viewer and all. You just had this idea, and I appreciate you doing it.
Thank you.
And also, I want to thank you for putting that recognition together for Captain Bobo Hobbs.
He appreciated that.
Yeah, he really did. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna stir them up, and now if you cannot go for some reason, please let us know. And you need to come by the station to really, let's see, to get your gift certificates and your rod and reel. Probably need to come by the station and get it, and you get that any time, and it'll be here over here beside the desk. And then also touch base with me as soon as you can. Okay, so I'll make some plans and all. All right, we ready?
We're ready.
All right, here we go. And the winner is, we got a drum roll, boom, 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 and the winner is, and we're going to say, Daryl Weeks is the winner. Daryl Weeks, congratulations. If you cannot go, Daryl, give me a call later on. If you cannot go, let me know, and we'll pick somebody else. I want to congratulate you. You always hate that everybody can't win. So what we may do, I don't know when, maybe this fall, we'll get together with Ron Hall and the Davis Queen Fee and see if we can't have a big, just a whole Panhandle Outdoors crew go on a headboat.
Sounds good.
And it would be maybe just a 12-hour trip or something, like on a Saturday, and we'll maybe see if we can put that together and all, and have a couple winners on that. But that's our winner, and that's gonna. We still got a minute or two left. What's your plans the next couple of weeks? You gonna do some more fishing?
Yeah, I've got a 12-hour trip booked for them next week, and then I've got a 12-hour trip a week from Monday. And it's just fun. It's a good way to catch fish and get out on the water.
It's a good way to catch fresh fish and then have them to eat and all.
Well, you had a boat for so many years, and it's just.
You had a nice boat too.
Yeah.
How big was your boat?
28-foot Hydrosport.
Yeah.
But with all the regulations, it's not worth putting all the money for gas and going out, and you can't keep anything.
So many people have done this with these really big boats. They just couldn't see it was not feasible to do that. Now you can go out a couple times a month.
Go out there. I think it's about at $100 for a 12-hour trip.
Yeah.
And they catch a lot of big fish. You can go down the docks there at 5 o'clock at night and watch the boats come in.
Yeah. Well, the big thing is you don't have to go home and clean the boat too.
And they got the fish cleaning, but you don't have to clean the fish either.
That's right. That's right. Well, Tom, thank you so much, buddy.
Okay.
We're looking forward to this trip. It's going to be fun. Folks, I always want to thank you so much for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate the viewership. This has been part of our $10,000 giveaway this year. We're going to continue to give a lot of stuff away. Father's Day, we're going to give a lot of stuff away. All right? Let's have a good day today. Do something good for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.